Hercus Alexander. Welcome back to Tom Plays Europa Universalis 4 for absolute beginners. So we're considering attacking the knights in Rhodes in order to sneakily attack Venice. I've got all my armies over here at the moment in the hope of doing a kind of blitzkrieg on Venice, which may backfire horribly. I'm effectively hoping I can get into Corfu and Negroponte before Venice can react. May turn out to be a big mistake. Plus I've got a bunch of rebellions about to fire up here and up here, so my armies are in entirely the wrong places. And I have a bunch of workshops building, but never mind. Are we in any position? We're not. We're not going to be able to make any claims. So I'm thinking, let's just go for it and really hope for the best. So we have a claim on Rhodes. Venice is going to join in. I'm going to bring Bohemia in on my side. Let's go for it. So for second Venice becomes an enemy, which they just did. I'm going to start moving my troops into their lands. I'm just really hoping I can get into them before their near invincible navy comes and utterly crushes me. Nope, they've already stopped me, you see. Okay, but I've got my navy in, I've got my army into Corfu. That's a good start. It's definitely a good start. So I'm going to move this navy over now to here, in the hope that it'll get me into Negroponte. Might find I'm then trapped there until I can make peace with Venice. It was tricky when you're on islands. So I might end up with two of my armies trapped. Really could do with taking that army out. Shouldn't have let them go around me. I struggle to catch them now. So not sure about Negroponte. I think... Right, well, to be on the safe side, I'm going to ground my navy, because I suspect Venice could probably crush them. You see, it's quite some serious navies knocking around here now. So I may just have to accept that I'm trapped. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to catch this army. In which case I should really go back to Hum and try and take that castle. Oh no, I'm wrong. Right, let's wait until that gains a padlock. Oh. Okay. Right, so we've got Negroponte. So I'm just going to try to move my army back, because I'm expecting the knights to attack any second. Okay, we're in the Battle of the Aegean Sea, which is great. I'm going to move up to Hum. To be fair, not as worried about the knights, simply because firstly I've got vassals, which may be as powerful as the knights in their own right. Secondly, I'm really hoping to force Venice to make peace. I might actually go over here, ignore that army and just start sieging them. I have to rely on the vassals to fight it. The problem is I don't think the vassals are capable of fighting that army. Still, maybe the army just won't do too much damage before I can win a siege. Or preferably 3 sieges, along with whatever Bohemia can do, and then maybe Venice will peace out and give me those 2 islands. Which is all I'm after. Castile wants military access, no problem. Aragon wants military access, also no problem. So I'm just speeding time up, because I just want any of these sieges to finish, or preferably all 3 of these sieges to finish. And I'm probably not going to do anything until they're done. I won the siege of Corfu, which is great, but my army is trapped, I think. Or maybe not. Surprising. My army is not trapped. Who would ever have thought it? Okay, well in that case I'm going to go take care of the Georgian separatists. We'll have the opportunity. In the meantime, speed up time. Okay, Siege of Dalmatia is over. So I'm going to go and attack that city. Siege of Hum is over. Excellent. Move more directly now. We're actually doing extremely well, better than I expected. So, that being the case, can I peace out with them already? What might they give us? They will renounce some claims. That's not very impressive, I have to say. Really not very impressive. Yep, that's a problem. However, I do have people already going over to attack the Georgian separatists, so maybe I shouldn't worry too much. I'm not really sure why Venice is holding out. I grant you I can't touch them navally. At least I don't think I can. No intention of risking it anyway. I'm a little worried they might take these cities back. Right, they'll cede Negroponte and Corfu. I will actually accept that. You don't have to revoke your cause. You don't have to give me any money. I really just want those items, those islands. Negroponte and Corfu, that's all I want. Nope, not accepting it. Okay. Just tentatively increase the speed. I can't see any reason why Venice is refusing this. More money. Good news. That's the claims. No, that's no good. I'm honestly not that interested in Venice's claims. Come on, Karakianlu, come on, you can do it. Take down the separatists for me. You know you want to. In any case, they're not my problem now, they're in your land. Right, I've taken that piece of land. Can I get Brescia? I can. Okay. Taking a risk, I'm going to try to quickly take down the Knights Navy, or one of their navies, and then basically run back to shore before Venice catches me. Okay, so I'm moving again. How's this going? Quite a way to go. I'd still prefer Venice to hand over their land. I am just thinking that with the less aggressive expansion bonus I was given, it might be possible to take some land I don't have claims on. But then again, that would require Venice to actually cooperate. I did have a massive problem with Venice one time where I was trying to take this little island. It was their only territory left. Oh, we've had this before. This isn't acceptable. It's only territory left, and I basically couldn't attack them because of their enormous navy. And it absolutely ruined my country because I had no way to end the war. I wasn't willing to give them any land myself, which was the only situation under which they would accept an end to the war. So the war just went on and on and on for 100 years or more. It completely ruined my country. just on a matter of principle, because I just was not willing to cede them provinces when I was clearly winning. I just couldn't touch them because of the navy. So it would be nice if we can have a better navy than them at some point, but their navy just seems to be ridiculously big compared to the size of the country. I mean, look at this. They've got 30 galleys already, plus heavy ships. And you look at their country compared with the Ottomans. Yeah, there you go. They could just be taking advantage of the fact that you don't get penalised that much for a heavy naval limit, for exceeding your naval limit. But somehow, I do find it a little hard to believe. Right, let's move you to Kirim, so you're ready for when those separatists come back, which they already are, so go to Ingil and take them down. What have we got? Skilled diplomat. One of our ambassadors has a preternatural ability. I see, really good diplomat. So we can either get an extra diplomatic relation, or we can keep them at court. Extra diplomatic relation is much better, but I'm not sure I'm about to have an extra diplomatic relation, and it's only for 10 years. So I might just go for the diplomatic power. If I already had too many diplomatic relations, I would have gone for that as an option. Absolutely, certainly. But as it is, having said that, I would very much like to look into whether I'm ever going to be able to vassalize these people. They think their economic base is better than mine. Doesn't look good then. And they're also Shia Muslim. I do wonder if I ought to think about attacking them. Mushasha. Who are Mushasha? They don't actually sound familiar. Yep, not too worried. Okay, so I may be being blind, but this is another opportunity to use the F key, so you just press F, type in Mushasha, and there they are. They're an absolutely tiny nation. I assume I don't have any claims already. Okay, so seeing as I have 2 diplomats going free, I could just make claims on 2 pieces of land here. It's not amazing, but if I don't gobble these guys up, someone else will. And I'm not sure if these will be their cause, to be fair. So I might even have a chance to, I don't know, vassalize them even later, even after the battle. We'll see. I see how I feel, because I might prefer to just attack the Mamluks again. Get things moving to the point where I won't need Karakayunlu anymore. And 201 diplomatic access. No big issue there. I'm hoping. Brilliant and good news. Gold mine is now in Muslim hands. So if we can't get Venice to give us those 2 islands once we've conquered this province, I don't know what it's going to take. Okay, a new idea. Diplomatic influence. This just gives us more diplomatic reputation, which is always useful. Always useful. I assume... Have they? Come on, get over there, sort them out. Assume that hasn't made a difference. It's funny because... I don't know. The economic base thing isn't impossible to overcome. It just seems a bit high to be worth it. There we go. Right, so let's at least move one of these down towards the knights. So we now own every Venetian province except for Crete. So, they'll give us Necroponte, they'll give us Corfu. Can we get Crete? We can't get Crete. If I clear offers, can we get Crete? We still can't get Crete. Right, so they will give us the islands we want, they'll renounce some claims. That's fine, that's fine. Okay. So our next move, I can just go to, let's go to Selenik. So are you going? Because I need you at the knights if possible. Okay. That's a bit weird. Can't for the life of me imagine why they would be blocked. I obviously can't walk to the knights, but I need to use ships to attack the knights in any case, so never mind. Let's just call those provinces. We've dealt with them, so I'm just going to move over there because I can count on Bohemia and my vassals to take this land back for me. Okay, so where are my ships? So you can take 17 people. So what I'm going to have to do is split my army in two. So how many people are in this army? So it's not actually the number that you see there, it's the number up here. So I have got 13 people in that army. I can have up to 17. I can certainly take 3 more. I think I can take a 4th. The problem I've got is that because the knights are only a single province, I'm going to have to land my army directly on the island. So I'm completely limited by the number of transport ships I have as to how big that army can be. So I'm hoping that this 17 unit army, in theory, although it's not actually 17 units unfortunately because of manpower, with a 2-star general is going to be sufficient to take down whatever army the knights have on their island. Bearing in mind they also have a castle. This is how you board a ship if you can't land. This is Austria's land, not mine, so I'm not able to land there. So I literally just move my unit onto the ship. Unfortunately, it means you have to manually size the army before you move it. Because if you try to move it with it being too big, it'll just prevent you from doing it. It won't let you. Instead of evidently lost a general, so let's get another one. That's a good one. Put down those separatists. So yeah, if you have a ship landed and you tell your army to attach, it'll just take as much of your army as it can, and it'll automatically cut down the size for you. If you have a ship offshore and you move an army onto it, you have to do the sizing yourself. If it's too big, it just won't let you move onto it. Bit of a nuisance, but it's fine. We actually have a choice of 2 seas we could be in order to land troops on the knights. Apparently we're losing the war. I don't know how in any way, shape or form anyone thinks that we're losing this war. But I'm sure the computer will change its mind once we take Rhodes. Should go straight to 100%. So, sorry, just to draw attention to it. So this is how we attack someone without being able to land. We're just going to transport our troops. I'm guessing we've put down the rebellion in Ragusa now. Once we've done that, I think I will split the navy in two and move half of them to the other side so that the boats can't escape. And then we should be looking at 100% war score. I don't think we'll need 100% war score. I think whatever we get once the castle falls will mean that we can annex the knights completely. So I don't know if that'll count as taking all of the Balkans, or if the Balkans are actually the northern nations. So it won't make any difference to our mission tree at all, but I'll certainly feel a lot better. Split these up, move the other half of the navy over there, then remove the knights, and I think we're basically, pending any further uprisings, which there are going to be some. So actually let's work out where they're going to be. So we've got Bosnian, who will rise up in Trebin, so that's good, we already have someone next to them. Syrian separatists, probably Trablus. Okay, so here's where I embarrassingly demonstrate that I don't know where Syria is. Around here somewhere. At least I feel like it should be. Oh, excellent. We have a claim on someone. Damask. Against the Mamluk. That is fantastic. That's the best news I've heard all day. Right. Oh, Haleb. It's down here. So Syria must be around. Oh, there we are, Trablus. Must be around here somewhere. Right, that's annoying and a little awkward, but I'll move these guys down to Haleb. How am I doing with my fabrications over here? Well, I've already got someone on the way. Okay, so if I take Turkey, because that'll get me onto the Caspian Sea. But we do have room for another one. Still a little upset I can't vassalise them. Just that the economic base would have to grow so much for us to do that. No, some of me wonders if I should try anyway. I kind of wish I could remember where their original lands were. Because I'm kind of hoping I can take some provinces from them, reduce their economic base, and then maybe vassalise them that way. The problem is though, the minute I start attacking them, they're probably going to get eaten up by the larger nations around them. So I'm probably better off, in fact they're going to get eaten up anyway, I'm probably better off just eating my own chunk. And it would be nice to have a border on the Caspian Sea. I know the vassals have got them, but I personally don't yet. Ooh, what have we got? Train administrators for the expanding empire, Mehmed II. Educational institution. Nice. Enderon. Competency in Turkish, Arabic and Persian. I don't speak any of those three languages. Standing government post. Yeah, this sounds pretty good actually. So what have we got? This gives us discipline, so that actually gives us an army benefit. Whereas if we expand the existing Timar system, we get cavalry combat. Cavalry becomes less useful as the game goes on. I mean, admittedly this is only until 1542, but still. I'll follow history here and found that system. Okay, I think It's a little annoying because not all military technologies are born equal, and getting to level 12 does make an enormous difference. However, I really think that we're far enough ahead now, and the penalty's far enough ahead, that we should focus on the ideas. And to be fair, we just attacked the Europeans, so it's unlikely we'll be facing a foe with level 12 military tech for a while. Unless the Europeans attack us, I suppose. Hungary is attacking Venice. Don't blame them, I would do the same. Does that mean they're having to fight France, though? Who knows? Who knows? Not my problem. Really not my problem. Whoever owns those lands I will be gunning for at some point. How's the siege going? This is more my problem. Minus 29. Okay. Where's our next uprising going to be? So we have the Albanians, who I think will be close to here anyway. We have the Bosnians, who are showing up in Trebin, and the particulars who could be anywhere. Yeah, I think realistically we're in a fairly good position. Nothing much to worry about, but conquering the knights. Pause, Trebin, send these guys in. I'll speed down a little because I don't want to leave them in Trebin because it's only got a supply limit of 17. So my army will severely suffer for being there. So the next uprising is Ilvasan, Avlonia and Iskadora. San Avlonia and Iskadora, so we're going to be somewhere near there with a decent supply limit. There is nowhere near there with a decent supply limit. Oh wait, Ilvasan is next to the other two provinces and has a decent supply limit, so that's fine. We'll leave our army there. How are the knights doing? Still feeling besieged, I hope. I think once we do conquer the knights, from what I remember playing as the Christian, specifically Roman Catholic nations, the Pope, there we are, 100 war score, the Pope inevitably asks whoever currently owns Malta. Who does own Malta? Is that of interest? Aragon. He, well, more or less demands that they give it to the knights. So full annexation. There we go. We have conquered the knights. We are going to Core Roads. We've renamed Rhodos. Pick up our troops from there. So transport's going to get more important because we're going to have rebel uprisings on these islands we've conquered now. Although it's only really roads that you can't get to just by walking. I don't know if we need to take Crete at any point as part of our missions. So other than that, we have all the islands over at this end of the Mediterranean. So we should find that Malta, unless Aragon tells the Pope a no, we should find that Malta becomes part of the Knights again. Trade guilds and fraternities, local guildsmen are still unacceptable. It's unacceptable every time it happens. But to be fair, it actually gives us prestige every time we do it, so I'm really not complaining. That's actually a really good event. Okay, so I need to go back and pick up the rest of my army. For some reason it's branded in Austria. Oh no, hang on. Looks like they're allowed to walk out again, which is usually the case. I was a little confused that they weren't allowed to. Right, so actually gearing up to attack the Mamluks again. which is going to be interesting because I'm going to take some more land from the Mamluks, hopefully. And then I might end up going and taking lands from Mazandaran straight away. I don't know if I should count them as a southern nation or a northeastern nation. They are Muslim, but then they're sort of east. On the plus side, it'll probably be the last time I have to make that distinction because I'll be splitting the northeastern nations from the southern nations entirely once I take Turkey and Lakia. I don't think I'll be able to claim Dagestan. No, Lakia is the only option. So I'll stop building a spy network now, but I do think I might go for the Mamluks first. Which is fine. So if I take you back to Solnik, in fact I might take you to Gurgi, because I have a feeling that maybe not have some Wallachian separatists. Oh. We do. Oh, I don't think they're rising anytime soon. Here we go back to Constantinople. Remind the citizenry that we have a powerful army. So we just speed ahead until Brandenburg has taken over the Holy Roman Empire. Okay. No complaints there. Venice have embraced colonialism. Now that's kind of nice because it means it should be almost on our borders. It is on our borders. In fact, it started coming into our country. There you go. And you didn't have to worry. So right, so we're gradually making a start on colonialism coming in, partly thanks to Genoa over here, because I'm guessing they embraced it a while back. And we of course share a border with them, and we're reasonably friendly with them, which makes it spread into our country better. We're not friendly with Venice, but it looks like it's spread across from Naples to us, who we are reasonably friendly with. So hopefully we will find that we can embrace it before the Mamluks or Kazan, and we'll be able to get that next military technology before they do. And we'll also have all our national ideas by the time we get around to embracing it. We will need money to embrace it quickly, but however, I do want to build a couple more manufactories, so I'm going to reduce our money again. So, we don't have any more technology than we did. Let's see, where should we build our next manufactory? So how about Nigbolu? Can we build a manufactory there? Okay, Shiites of Eastern Anatolia rose up in rebellion. What will this be? We either get a proper rebellion or we get 100% local autonomy in Trablus. I think I'll crush them. Not to be mean, especially because my army's so close. In fact, part of my army was already there. I'm actually thinking I may not even need this army. I've got this one coming in. It's a bit unfortunate. Okay, improvements in land technology. So this is basically we can gain some inflation to gain a lot of military power, or we can use caution and gain a little bit. This is money related, is the drawback, so spare no expense. Let's reform these armies. Could do with waiting a bit now to recover, but it was definitely worth putting down the rebellion. I actually realised Trablus was there. I was thinking of Trabzon. Never mind. Either way, so manufactories. Can I build one in Nigbolu? I can. At current level of military technology. And where else do we have workshops? How about Karaman? Karaman would be another good place to build one. Okay, so if I leave it there, and then we'll start regaining money. So yeah, I think we're about to attack the Mamluks. We've got a diplomat in there, so we should be able to make a whole bunch of claims next time. Civil service, so this is the finishing of the administrative ideas group. It actually gives us benefits to admin tech from now on. So we should find that we're in a better position to gain admin tech. It's also allowed us to make more states. States are always a good idea, but they're limited by your admin technology and general administrative abilities. We should get less corruption when we have more states, which is brilliant. So we clearly weren't being asked to make states as we conquered countries before because we just couldn't make any more. Don't have enough administrative tech to make calls, but not a problem. So that puts us in a pretty good state. We will call those states as soon as we can, no pun intended. We'll hopefully be able to raise our armies up to a higher level. Circassia, of course. And we can start attacking the Mamluks again next time. So yeah, I will see you then.